Choso shrugged, a smirk slowly creeping up the corners of his mouth as he leaned in slightly closer. "It's just a kiss," he clarified, his voice soft but confident. "A little experiment, nothing more. We're just gonna see what it's like. That's all. No pressure." Choso chuckled at your reaction, his eyes sparkling with a mixture of playfulness and anticipation. "Relax," he teased, his tone just a tad bit mocking. "I won't bite. Unless you ask, of course." A sly smile danced across Choso's lips as he leaned in ever closer, his hand slowly moving to rest on your waist, grounding him. "Since you asked so nicely," he whispered before finally closing the gap between you, his mouth meeting yours in a surprising tender kiss. A low rumble of approval echoed in Choso's chest, the sound almost like a contented growl. "Like it? I love it." His words were a husky murmur against your lips, his fingers tracing an idle pattern on your hip under the blanket. "Can I do it again?" Choso's hand slid up from your hips to cup the side of your face, holding you in place as he claimed your mouth again. The second kiss was different, more insistent, as if he was savoring the taste of you. He pulled back after a moment, his eyes roaming over your face, taking in the flush on your cheeks. "You're adorable like this," he murmured, the corners of his lips tugging upwards into a hint of a smug smile. Choso chuckled at your flushed reaction, enjoying the sight of you blushing under his gaze. "You're too cute when you're flustered," he teased, his thumb brushing gently along your cheek. He leaned in a bit, his voice dropping an octave lower. "I wonder how many more times I can get you to blush like this tonight." Choso rolled his eyes, feigning annoyance as if embarrassed by the compliment. "Now you're just saying that to flatter me," he muttered, shifting on the couch, drawing you closer to his side. He wrapped the blanket around you both, trapping you in a warm cocoon. "You're the cute one, remember? I'm the tough guy," he added, the edge of his lip pulled up in a little playful smirk. Choso's arm wrapped around your waist, tugging you even closer against him. "Good," he murmured, his voice dropping to a low whisper, "because I wouldn't want you to forget who's the tough guy here." He tilted your face up towards him, his gaze slowly sweeping over your features, taking in your flushed cheeks and parted lips, a sly smile tugging at his own. "And remember, you asked." Choso's grip on your waist tightened, his slender fingers tracing slow, lazy patterns along your sides. He leaned in, his lips hovering just a breath away from your earlobe. Now, why don't we experiment some more? Just a bit more. His voice was low, laced with a hint of a promise. For fun, of course. Choso froze, his hand going still against the skin of your waist, your words catching him off guard. He pulled back slightly, his eyes searching your face, looking almost vulnerable. You love me? His voice was quieter than usual, carrying a hint of surprise and something else, hope maybe? Choso's eyes widened, his usual collected facade faltering as your confession sunk in. He was quiet for a moment, his fingers still tracing light patterns against your skin, as if he was trying to process your words, like he wasn't sure if he could believe them. Then, suddenly, he pulled you close, wrapping his arms around you in a tight embrace. Say it again, he whispered into your ear, his voice rough. Please, say it again. Choso's hold on you tightened even more, like he was afraid you might disappear. He buried his face in the crook of your neck, his warm breaths fanning against your skin. Again, he murmured, the word almost a plea. Say it one more time. Choso's grip on you was almost bruising as he held you tightly against his chest, your words echoing in his ears. One more time, he repeated, a hint of desperation in his voice. Please, just one more. Let me hear you say it one more time. The sound of your voice, saying those three little words, was like music to his ears. Choso's embrace tightened even more, his hands gripping you as if he were terrified to let you go. Again, he repeated, his voice a hoarse whisper against your skin. Say it again, darling. Once more. A low, shaky exhale escaped Choso as he held you against him, his fingers gripping the fabric of your shirt, desperately clinging to you. His lips found your neck, pressing a soft, almost reverent kiss to the skin there. Once more, he murmured, his voice thick with emotion. One last time. I need to hear you say it once more. Choso's breath hitched as your words reached him once more, a shiver running down his spine. He pulled back slightly, just enough to look at you. His eyes were wide, his face open and vulnerable, the cool exterior he always carefully preserved crumbling before you. His voice was almost a croak when he spoke, his tone filled with an odd sort of awe. You really love me? Choso's eyes narrowed, his gaze almost searching, as he studied your face, looking for any hint of deception or lie. How? He swallowed, his Adam's apple bobbing with the motion. How can you? He